Okay, so we're going to move on to our next recipe. And to lead us through our next recipe, I'm very excited to introduce one of our incredible placement students from George Brown College, Clarisse, to you. Welcome, Clarisse. Thank you so much.
Her debut.
ELLICSR Kitchen debut.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Clarisse. All right, so yeah, Janelle, once you...
Yeah, you okay? I got all excited. I'm so excited for the students. So I like doing my little intros because I review the ingredients. So Clarisse is going to share with us one of the dishes that has cultural significance for her family and herself. And it's the ginger scallion steamed fish. And this is a wonderful replacement to red meats and processed meats. We know, we've heard it over and over, and it still continues to be true, that it's important for us to reduce our intake of red meat, right? And virtually eliminate processed meats from the diet. So adding fish is one way of adding protein to the diet. And this dish that Clarisse is going to share with us, I think, is a wonderful addition to our meal rotation, if you so happen to have a meal rotation. So Clarisse, take it away.
Hi, my name is Clarisse. I'm a student from George Brown College in the Culinary Nutrition Management program, and today I'll be making steamed fish. And I decided to choose this dish because it's nutritious, it's easy to make, and it's a Chinese traditional dish that my family likes eating. And today I have all my ingredients prepared.
And Clarisse, I'm going to try to follow along with you. So you talk us through the recipe, and hopefully I can keep up.
I've got my fish ready. I'm getting it in the fridge.
Okay. And so Clarisse, I think you mentioned that traditionally you would use a whole fish for this, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And the reason why we use the whole fish is because the head and the tail represents a good year from the beginning to the end during Chinese New Year.
And what fish are you using?
I'm using sea bass today.
Beautiful. Oh, there it is. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, wow.
So and I've already cleaned it and cut it open.
Okay, so it's clean, got it. Now, as you go, sorry, quick question. If you don't have whole fish, or you don't have access to a whole fish, can you use a fillet?
Yes, you can use a fillet. It usually takes around 8 to 9 minutes if it's like a thinner piece of fillet, and if it's a thicker one, you should use like around 10 minutes.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you, Clarisse, because I don't think I can do it. I can't cook the head and the tail. So thanks that I can use the fillet.
Yeah, and you can. I'm gonna put in the ginger, some ginger, and scallions, and some chili.
Ginger, scallions, chili. So I am going to be using a fillet just to show how you can do it with the fillet. So this is steelhead trout. So it's kind of like a salmon, if you're familiar with salmon, very, very similar. Orange fish. And so I'll follow along with Clarisse, but doing it with the fillet. So Daniela, maybe this is...
Maybe that would be the route that I'd go. Yeah.
All right, so ginger, and then you said scallions?
Yes, scallions and some chilies. You could use like dried ones or fresh ones, and any kind would do.
And if you don't like spice, do you have to add chilies, or can you add in like bell pepper or something milder?
Yes, if you don't like spice, you don't need to add any chili. You could add maybe bell peppers if you like.
Okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so you're stuffing it inside, which is
Yeah.
It's going to give some really, really nice aroma. I'm just putting it on top of the fillet. Is that okay?
You can put both inside and outside if you like.
Okay.
because it will give more flavor and color aesthetically when you steam the fish.
Already this looks super colorful. And yeah, the aromatics, that the ginger and the scallion and the chili pepper.
And I like that, Clarisse, you're using a leaner fish, and Jeremy, you said you're using trout, so a little bit of a fattier fish, right? So with the sea bass, you're getting the rich protein, leaner fish. That's also important for a health protective diet. And again, you know, with my research, some people are worried about mercury, and actually sea bass is one of the fish that is a safer fish to eat. So it's great. And then Jeremy, with the trout, you're getting the omega-3 fatty acids, so you're getting the heart health benefits there as well, and it's also a safer fish to eat.
Wonderful. Now I think Clarisse, you're going to be putting this into a steamer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if you don't have a steamer at home, so I didn't have one, but I have a pot with boiling water, and I had a rack, like a little metal rack that was small enough that I could fit inside, and it was elevated. Let me see if I can bring you over here. All right, so it's not too blinding. I had a little bit of a metal rack, so it had some elevation in there above the water line, and then I just put a piece of parchment on top, and that's where I'm gonna place my fish. So a bit of a MacGyver version of it. I don't even know if that reference is still.
You know, I got it. Carlos, Clarisse, did you understand that?
Okay, all right. So yeah, just sort of working with what you have. Maybe that's a better way to describe it. Okay, Clarisse, sorry, back to you.
Oh yeah, I'm just adding the salt and pepper on top to season it.
Actually, Clarisse, watching you do this, it's less threatening for me. Who knows? You might have converted me. I might be able to do it.
So now that I finished stuffing the fish, I will put it. I steamed some water, so I will put the fish in the steamer to cook.
I'm gonna do the same on my side. Lid on top, and Clarisse, I don't know what setting you have on your end. I have mine just over a medium heat. As long as it generates steam, you're probably good with a medium heat. There we go. See, it's a new technique to, you're not only cooking, now you're managing your camera angles and laptop at the same time.
I'm going wild looking at the steamer. I feel like I need that.
So I just used a wok.
Okay.
Oh, wok. Okay.
So yeah.
Perfect.
So I already boiled the water, and I'm gonna add in the fish.
There you go.
Set the timer for 10 minutes.
Okay.
You're demystifying fish for me.
Can you repeat the question?
Oh, I just said you're demystifying fish for me. So, yeah, each step that you do, I'm like, I could do that. I could do that.
A little more confidence in watching you do it.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, so fish is in the steamer. I'm also, well, my fish, I'm not in the steamer, but my fish is in the steamer. And we're on to the next step. Clarisse, what are we making next?
I'm making the sauce. So moving the camera. So
All right.
in the pan, I'm gonna add in. I have my oyster sauce.
Oyster sauce first.
And I have my soy sauce.
Soy sauce. And soy sauce, we're using how much?
Around 2 tablespoons.
Right, okay.
1 tablespoon of soy sauce.
1 tablespoon. So 1 tablespoon of oyster, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce.
And a half tablespoon of sugar.
Half tablespoon of sugar. That.
And I have 2 tablespoons of rice wine.
And if you don't have rice wine, or if you can't find rice wine, can you add like rice wine vinegar, like slightly diluted?
I think you can use another type of wine, like red wine or white wine.
Okay.
If you don't have it. And also, I have some water too.
Some water, and we're adding.
And rice. 1 tablespoon of water.
1 tablespoon of water.
But the other way, the last 2 ingredients are switched. The other one is the water, and this one was the rice one.
Okay. That seems pretty simple.
And then you just gotta mix it and then heat it up until it simmers. Until it goes to a boil.
Okay, so we're bringing it to a boil.
Mm-hmm. So I'll let that boil.
Wonderful.
So while that's boiling, I can talk a bit more about the fish.
Yes.
So this dish is a more well-known at Chinese New Year, and it's also usually cooked in like other dishes too, like in other occasions like Christmas or other special holidays. And steamed fish and other fish dishes are like a big part of Chinese culture because there's lots of symbolism in it. Like usually the whole fish means like family togetherness and unity and being able to like be together and close. And also means good luck too, because in Chinese the fish and the word fish and it means is like similar to the word for abundance or good luck. And people want that served on the table.
Yeah, I would love
Also, yeah, my grandma says that the head and the tail are the best part of the fish, but I don't really agree with that.
Yeah, I saw Jeremy thumbs up. He agrees with you. Clarisse, I'm with you.
And usually the head and the tail are served to like the most important guest.
I am going to remember that the next time I go to someone's home.
I love that. I love that story and just the history and the background of what that whole steamed fish means. You know, it's much more than just a meal itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So really, really excited. I think this is something that it's not too challenging. I mean, we're breaking it up with the fish, the sauce, and then I know that we're going to finish with a little bit of a garnish. But this seems pretty accessible for most people. And like you said, if you can't access, I guess, the whole fish, you can definitely use, I guess, a fillet or a couple fillets, depending on how many people you're serving this to. Wonderful.
Mm.
Ella, did you have any more notes or?
No, I think we talked about the options. My only thought was if some people might need to watch their sodium intake, but you can just go with a lower sodium variety, right? But even so, you're not using very much of the oyster sauce or the soy sauce and you're adding water. So I really didn't think it was a big deal. I think sometimes just looking at the amount you use is okay. Yeah. So that was my only note there. There was one thing, Clarisse, that I was curious about. Like, would you serve the fish with something else?
What is the question again?
Would you serve the fish on its own, or do you serve it with other foods?
You can serve it with other foods. Like you can like have it with vegetables and rice.
Okay.
Like with a whole like table dish.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Wonderful. All right, so I know we still have a few minutes on the steaming. Just check on the fish. Why don't we talk about the garnishes, Clarisse? I know that we have some garnishes and a way to finish the dish. Maybe we can prepare some of that while we're waiting.
Some of them you can usually it's mainly garlic, like scallion and ginger.
Right.
I haven't tried any other like garnishes, but you could add like cilantro too. Cilantro would also give more flavor.
Wonderful. Yeah, I love the idea. And with the ginger, when you're adding as a garnish, are you going to mince it? Are you going to julienne the ginger? What's the best way to approach that?
And the ginger usually you would like julienne it and put it on top.
Okay, so I thinly sliced this one, following Clarisse's instructions. Love that. So julienne, ginger.
Oh, I think, Jeremy, you're frozen. But not a bad shot. He's like right into the ginger, right? So what I like about the ginger, Clarisse, too, is, you know, sometimes people, when they're going through treatment, they feel nauseated, and ginger seems to be something that they really like. So even julienning it like that and having some pieces around might be helpful for people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy looks like there's lots of pretty colors now. Okay, so what else would you do with the garnish? So we've got the ginger and the scallions. Now, when I was looking up, you know me, looking up stuff, I hate to admit it, but I'm going to admit it, Clarisse. I did not know scallions were like baby young onions. They're young onions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. I've always seen it at the store. I didn't realize scallions, green onions, spring onions are very similar. But for this dish, the scallions is preferred, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the fish might be done? Or...
Yeah, it's almost done in a few seconds.
Okay. So do you have to check on the fish, or do you just know that in 10 minutes it would be done? This is coming from someone who doesn't really cook a lot of fish.
Yes, and you have to leave it for 10 minutes and keep the lid covered, or else it might like the flavors will come out.
Okay, so it's best not to play with it. Just time it and then go back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also for this, it's ready.
Oh, it's ready. There you go.
Yeah. And for the sauce too, and for the fish, for the sauce, you should not throw away the sauce in the inside.
Oh,
like the sauce in
okay,
here.
good to know.
We'll put this in this. I'll get a better view of the fish.
I'm thinking that would go very nice with the asparagus that Jeremy made, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, Jer. What's the red on yours?
A little chili pepper.
Oh, okay.
I use it fresh. I think Clarisse uses the dry. Looks really, really nice. And I'm going to garnish mine with the suggested garnish from Clarisse.
Oh, there's the fish.
Yes, I can. My mom has this tool here, like it's like just a like metal thing, and then so it's easier to just take it out. They're like tongs, but for the container. So I can just.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I have to move the pot. I'll move it. I have.
This is smelling really, really good, by the way.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Carlos and I just like, okay.
The aromatics from ginger, peppers, and the green onion are really like it has. It's not intense, but it has this really, really powerful aroma. Pair really, really nicely. Fish. Very excited.
It's really pretty too. So, you know, we talk about taste, but for some people who have trouble with taste or that things don't taste right, the presentation of it is really important as well. So that looks really nice on the plate. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really, really colorful. Very excited to see the whole fish version.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for Clarisse to instruct me on how to use this sauce. Are we just pouring it over top?
Yes. Yes.
It's good.
So there.
Yeah, there it is. Head to tail. What is it again? A good start to the year and a good end?
Yes.
We could use that.
Yeah.
That.
And prosperity.
And
Yes.
prosperity, yes.
That's very important.
And now I have the sauce here that I like over here that I heated up.
So slightly reduced.
Mm-hmm. And I just need to pour it over the fish.
Ooh.
Nice.
And now that the oil I heated up the oil, I can add it right. I can add I'll add the fresh scallions on top. And then all I need to do is just pour it over.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Mine as dramatic, but I love that. So that hot oil over top of the scallion to finish.
Mm-hmm.
That
Beautiful.
surprised me, but I love it.
Love it. This is, I mean, it's a gorgeous dish. Really, really excited to jump into this and enjoy it for my lunch. Clarisse, thank you so much for teaching us this recipe and obviously a little bit more about the history of the dish and what it means to your family as well, which is just as important. So, Clarisse, thank you for joining us today. Hopefully we can see your face one more time to say bye. Love the fish. Love looking at the fish.
Great job, Clarisse. Your family will be proud.
Great job, Clarisse. Thank you so much.
Or Carlos's little thumb thing. There we go.
Awesome. Love this. Beautiful dish. All right.